Hello and welcome back to our SOLIDWORKS tutorial series. In this lecture we are going to study how to use a draft feature in SOLIDWORKS. We will start by creating a simple cylinder. Let's say we have a cylinder of inner diameter 20 mm and outer diameter of 30 mm, and total length of a cylinder is, let's say, 50. So we have created a cylinder now. So draft feature basically helps us in making the part tapered inward and it can be tapered outward. As you can see in that draft demonstration icon, that the draft is basically helpful in making the draft surfaces go in inward taper and outer taper. Currently it is a straight line, but when we do draft feature, let me show you what it becomes. The surface will become like an angle of this, let's say an angle of 2 degree. So surface will extrude upward 2 degree. If we do the draft in the upward direction, that will tapered 2 degree will create here. So let's say we click on draft. We currently have the part created. So when we click on the draft, we get there two options major, that is manual and draft expert. First let's discuss manual. In the manual there are three types of option, that is neutral plane, parting line and step draft. Neutral plane means we will select a plane and we will select the faces, and then these faces will be used for draft. But in the parting line, when we click on parting line, we have to select the lines. Like this line here is we have to select the lines. Okay, in the neutral plane we select the faces. By clicking on faces, yes, you cannot select the line here. That's the major difference. Okay, now in the neutral plane, by clicking on neutral plane and clicking on and selecting the draft angle to, let's say, 2 degree, like we decided, and let's say what we want neutral plane. Let's say I select this plane as a neutral. The arrow shows here that it is in this direction. In this direction means that it will start from here and go and go to the upward in that direction. A faces of draft is this. By clicking on check, you see that we have created a draft feature. So the sketch we draw, you can see now this exactly the surface has cop up with that. So let's say I reverse the direction by clicking on this and clicking on check. You see now that your draft is now in the inward direction, that the draft started from there. So that's a very tricky point, and the arrow is currently in that direction. That means the draft will happen in that direction. So by clicking in this direction, that shows that the draft will increase in the opposite direction of the arrow, as you can see here. Okay, now let's say we hide this and again clicking on draft and clicking on parting line and direction of pull. Let's say we have direction of pull is front plane, and parting line we select this line. So and I give the angle of 4 degree and clicking on check, you can see that now it has drafted like this. So if we don't use a manual draft, then if you use a draft expert, and let's say I set the direction to 2 degree again, and it is asking for the first face and the second face, let's say this is. By clicking on check, you see that we again have the same draft. And let's say I want to change, I will just go to draft feature again. Sorry, let me we go and click on change. You can see it is showing that we have did the draft of 2 degree. By clicking on 2 degree, I can just change it to 5 degree. And again going to change, let's say we have this 5 degree, and clicking on change, it makes the draft change. So again going to draft, let's say I don't want 5 degree, I want it to be 2 degree again. I will click on change. Now it has again changed. So this is what a draw feature can do, and it is a very handy tool in SolidWorks. Thank you so much for watching this video and subscribe for the next tutorials. Thank you.